Hi, I'm Wanda Grindstaff, and welcome to my video 1, the first video in a series of videos that I call Yes, You Can Lose Weight Too, or also known as You Can Be Sexy at Any Age. I am coming to you today from my home on the coast of North Carolina, and I don't know how you found me today, but I'm so glad you're here, and I hope you'll hang around for the whole series because I am very passionate about offering you some information that I think will be very, very helpful to you. Hopefully you are well on your way to achieving your weight loss goals for the year, but I want to talk very honestly and very passionately with you about what it takes to lose weight at our ages. I am 59 years old. Glad to tell you that. Have no problem with telling my age. Very proud of it. But at age 57, I was very heavy. So I want to give you a little bit of an overview of how I've come to put this together and why I feel like I can offer you some information that will help you. First of all, in March of 2009, as I said, I was 57 years old. My husband passed away. And the point for bringing this up is not to talk about my husband or where I am in grief or how I got through that. It is to tell you how profound that was in making me realize that I needed to take control of my weight. At the time that my husband passed away in March of 2009, I was well over 220 pounds. Now, I stopped weighing, so I can't tell you exactly how much I weighed. I had not weighed in quite a while, but I was at least 220 pounds. I wore a size 20, and that was getting tight. Now, my husband had been sick for a while, from July of 2008 until January of 2009. He had had several heart attacks, and I had taken care of him in the hospital, at home, and had devoted my life at that point to taking care of him because he needed round-the-clock care. And I left the corporate world in 2004 and worked for myself up until 2008. As a speaker, a writer, an internet marketer, ran and operated a internet marketing company, and et cetera, but laid that to the side to take care of him. Well, during that time, I had obviously gained some weight already, but during the next several months, I just absolutely packed the weight on. From July of 2008 until March of 2009, I just literally just blew up like a balloon. I went probably from about 190, 195 to 220 plus during that period of time. Now, when my husband passed away, March 11th of 2009, as I said, I was 220 pounds plus. It occurred to me that at that point I was sick. I could barely get off the couch. I could barely climb a flight of stairs. It was an effort to breathe. It was an effort to do anything. I was tired all the time and pretty much worn out. So during my period of mourning and very quickly after my husband's death, I realized that, the best thing I could do for him and to celebrate his life would be to get myself in shape, lose the weight, get healthy, and make sure that a year from then I didn't end up dead. I literally saw it that way. I felt like I had to save my life. So at that point, on April 1st, actually, 2009, I decided it was time to take control. And I did. I did exactly that. Now, during the course of this video series, we're going to talk about what I did to lose the 80 pounds. From April 1st of 2009 to Christmas of 2009, I went from a size 20 to a size 4. I went from not being able to hardly walk, not hardly able to get off the couch, not hardly able to climb a flight of stairs, to, by Christmas, running 10 miles a day, dancing every day, and basically just enjoying my health. And I started race walking. I was a competing race walker by that time, and we'll talk about race walking. That's an excellent exercise, but this is not really about exercise. And let me just stop a moment to tell you, I am not here to sell you a diet plan. I'm not going to try to sell you any pills, potions, magic fixes, because I have realized that there's 3 very important things about weight loss that you need to know, and I'm going to share those with you. Number 1, obviously, is about the food you put in your mouth. There are 3 things that cause you to be fat. And I will say fat because I was fat. I was not overweight, I was fat. The food you put in your mouth obviously is very important. The amount of exercise you get is obviously very important. I am going to share what I did in those 2 areas with you, but I will also be sharing a 3rd element. And this is an element that diet companies, doctors, nobody's going to share with you unless they have had the awakening that I have had in this area. 80 to 85% of my weight loss is totally a direct result of what was going on here. Now, a while back I was interviewed by Globe magazine. In fact, that article will be out today or tomorrow, and I do hope you'll take an opportunity to read it. But I was interviewed, and one question that I was asked, and I don't know in the article if they answered, if they quoted me on this because I haven't read the article, but I was asked what the underlying deciding factor was that I would contribute to my weight loss and my success. And I've been asked that question a lot by my friends, by people I've met in business, whatever. I always have the same answer, and the answer is very simple. I took trying off the table. I had no option but to succeed, because in my mind I thought I was dying. If I did not get the weight off, I thought I would be dead. And when I realized that in all these years I had only been trying to lose weight, that I had not taken an active role in actually succeeding at losing weight, then that was a huge, huge understanding for me. So I encourage you to start thinking about the trying aspect, because we're going to talk a great deal about that. You see, I see the word try as an outlet for failure. Well, you know what? I tried that diet, it didn't work, and I tried that diet and it didn't work, and I tried this program and it didn't work. Trying just gives you a good excuse to say it didn't work. So when you take the trying out and you throw it out the window and you have no other option but than to do it, things change. And I'm going to talk to you a lot about how you get yourself in that frame of mind. So I want you to, before you go to the next video, I want you to ask yourself a series of questions. And they're not hard. You may find them hard. If they're hard to answer for you, then maybe you're not ready. But what I want to ask you is, number 1, do you really want to lose weight? Okay, now what does that mean? Are you willing to do what it takes to lose weight? Or do you want somebody to snap their fingers or wave a magic wand so you will lose weight? Are you willing to do what it takes? Do you really want to lose weight? Number 2, are you willing to take responsibility for your own results? Are you willing to? Are you willing to stop trying and start losing? And are you willing, this is all one question, are you willing to take action for yourself? Now, when you get to the point that you are absolutely ready to stop trying and you are absolutely ready to start doing, then you are ready. And yes, we can then get you to your weight loss goals, but you have to get to that point first. So I encourage you to answer those questions. So we're going to talk about the 3 things. Just a reminder again, we're going to talk about food, we're going to talk about exercise, and we're going to talk about what's going on up here, because right here is where most of our failure starts. And yes, we've all failed at weight loss, but it started right here. Because if it's not right here, it doesn't matter what you put in here. If your head's not right, nothing's going to work. So we're going to talk about getting your head right. And we'll talk about that very quickly, because that is very, very important. So I do hope you'll stay with me during this video series. I am very honored, totally honored to be here to assist you in any way that I can. Please go to my Facebook page and stay connected. Check out these videos. We are going to be having sessions, maybe conference calls, all kinds of things going on so that we can chat and talk about this. And we're going to work together to get you to where you want to be. Because I do believe we can be sexy at any age, and we're going to talk about what sex involves. Let me tell you, at 59, I think I'm sexy, and you can be too. Anybody can be sexy. Because when you, it's a state of mind. It's not the way you look, it's a state of mind. When you get your mind to where you're sexy, You carry yourself differently. You see yourself differently. You interact with people differently. Look at the pictures on my Facebook page, on the page on weight loss, and you will see the difference in my carriage. I can see it, and I am the first to admit it. I have come a long ways. I've gone from frumpy and fat to slim, healthy, vibrant. And you can too, and I want you to do that. So I'll be here for you. Again, I am Wanda Grindstaff on the North Carolina coast. And, oh, we have a motto. If anybody asks you if you really think you can lose weight at your age, at over 40, you tell them yes you can. And then when they say, are you sure? You know how your siblings used to say, you can't, no you can't, no you can't, and they'll tell you you can't. Say, I can too. I can too. Because you can. Anybody can too. So that's our motto, I can too, and we're going to do it. And we're going to see some massive results for a lot of people. So have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next video.